Connect.
There. Welcome everybody. Just gonna log on to TikTok here. Hello. Where am I going? Hello, TikTok. Hi. Hi, Lila. How are you tonight? I just have to log into everything. How are you doing? Welcome. Oh, I'm doing good. How was your day? I just have to log in on my other computer here. How's everybody? Where are you joining from? Did you have a good day, Lila? My technology stuff going. You're in Minnesota, Benham, Minnesota. How's the weather over there? Is it cold? Yes, it was an okay day. Yeah, it's Wednesday. It's like the hump day. Just getting over a hump, I guess. It was nice today. Oh, good. Good. Everybody I know from Minnesota always talks about how cold it is, and I'm in Colorado, so I can relate. But today was really nice. It was kind of windy. It was windy over here. Yeah. So how's everybody? Welcome, welcome. Just getting settled in and getting my technology together. But today we're going to be doing love bundles, and I'm going to talk about attracting new love and do a healing room and a healing ritual here in a second. I'm waiting for join in, getting set up. So please ask any questions that you have. If this is your first time, welcome. I'm SongBirdGrandMother. I'm a modern day medicine woman and shaman. And today we're creating love bundles. Love bundles help you with attracting self-love, healing, new love, and or sweetening a current love. So they're designed specifically for you and your energy and what you would like to work with and attract. And if you're interested, the link is in my bio. And I have one order here we're going to do in a second. Is April here yet? I feel like I always say that. Yesterday I ended the live and then I came back on looking for her and we kept missing each other. But when she comes on, we'll do her love bundle. And until then, I have some peyote music playing, and I invite you to relax, unwind after your day, and just, hang out with us here. Hey, there you are, April. All right, we're going to dive into your medicine here in a second. I'm going to light a candle though first, and I'm actually going to do some clove medicine. So let's see here. How are you today, April? How was your day? Lay some rose petals down for you. These are some rose petals. Pink rose original. These are original pink rose left. It was a good day, busy. Oh, good. I like busy days. These were from ceremony I did. I think as a water ceremony for healing, and so it has that kind of energy in it. So we're just going to prepare the space for our love bundle and just see where the day takes us here. I'm just kind of getting into the lives, so if you have any spiritual questions you want to ask, I'm going to be doing different topics every day. And I was just talking to my mom and she said I need to do medium readings. So I think I'm going to start doing medium readings on the weekends. So, and those will be spirit guided. Those won't be something I choose. Those will be just spirits coming in, and if it's your spirit, then you get a reading. But how's everybody? You had a busy day today, April? Oh, I have all your stuff prepared here, so I'm just getting ready for you. How's everybody else doing? Where are you joining in from? How was your day? How's your life? I'd like to know how you are and what's going on in your world. Over here, it's kind of windy. I'm in Colorado, and if you have never been to Colorado, Colorado has very up and down weather. You never know which way it's gonna go. So one day it'll be nice, the next day it'll be blizzard, the next day it'll be raining, the next we don't know what it is. Oh, I'm so looking forward to doing your love bundle. Oh, Western Washington. Hi, Kimberly. Yeah. Isn't that funny? That sounds like the weather I was just talking about. A difficult but blessed day. Sometimes our most difficult days actually end up being a blessing. And then other times it takes a long time to see that blessing. We had rain and cleared up to 50 sunny. Oh, nice. sounds good. I love rain. I miss the rain. Oh, I'm doing good. How are you doing? I mean, how do you guys feel about 2023 so far? What is your general impression about the year? What do you think? What kind of year do you think we're going to have? Think this is going to be a good year? This is going to be a weird year? Is this going to be the best year of your life? What do you guys think? The verdict's still out too in a lot of ways. You're hopeful? Oh, good. You're hopeful. Well, I'm here to tell you that no matter what, this is going to be the best year of your life. Just think that way. No matter what happens, it's going to be the best year of your life. No matter if somebody cuts your head off, it's the best year of your life. That's the shamanic path. There's going to be a lot of perspective change. Yeah, a lot of perspective change. I think that's a good thing. I think that, your attitude and your mental adaptability and your emotional strength is going to carry you to this year. And this year, it has the opportunity to make it incredible. It's going to be good for you, 2021. Oh, I lost a brother, dad, and oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I know I lost my father last year, so I can understand where you're at. But that's a lot of death in 1 year. I'm so sorry. That's a lot of men. Yeah, this year is continue healing. The thing I always know about grief is that there's you before the death, and then there's you after the death. And those are two different people, and you'll never be that person again. You'll never be that person. It's like everybody. We experienced the death in 2020. The whole world did. And we'll never go back to 2019. There's 2020 and then life after 2020. And that's the same thing. Oh, you're doing a sobriety path? Wow, that's amazing. Good for you. Good for you. It's going to be a great year for you. It's going to be a year of incredible strength, courage, healing. And I think you're going to have a lot of new awarenesses about who you are, what your gifts are, why you're here, and why everything like that happens. So usually when we go through big things like that, a lot of death, it's opening you up spiritually. And most shamans, actually, how we come to our paths is through a lot of death. One of the signs of becoming a healer is experiencing a lot of death around us. And so it's a really hard one. It was hard to overcome, but I got through it. Loss of them guided me through some powerful emotion. Yeah. Grief, I always say, is the most incredible love. It's love that you didn't even know you had for somebody. Because you so badly want that person. Hi, April. I see you on my YouTube. Sorry, YouTube. I'm just getting used to this. I put this on YouTube, so if you want to watch it later, you can. Because I don't have the ability to do it on TikTok. But since we're talking about kind of, love and grief and death, it's kind of perfect because today's theme is really about how death is really just the beginning. And for every death, there's a new beginning. And for this love bundle I'm doing, it's really kind of about that theme of new beginnings, new love, new energy, new perspective. We call it releasing the old winds so that the new winds can come in. And winds are considered to be memories. So for today's healing room, I wanted to invite you for the candle blessing to release those old winds, those things that you're ready to let go of those emotions, those thoughts, those old relationships, because we're in the month of love. And it really is about stepping out of the old story of who we were so we can step into the new story of why we're here. Wonderful experiences, because I've been so shut down to myself. I now know myself in a deeper way. Yeah. And that's what, all that grief is. It kind of releases all that old emotion, all that turmoil, all those memories, so that now it's a new wind. And that's why you'll never be the same person. You'll never be the same person again. So I invite you now to think about in your own life where you are, what you're ready to release, what you would like Spirit to help you with. And, think about now, for those of you who are joining tonight, you're given an opportunity to start again. So tonight you'll go to bed, or depending on what side of the world you're on. Most of us tonight will go to bed. If you have a dream tonight, write it down in the morning. Write it down or talk it into your phone, but look for that spirit message, because it's going to come for you. And then what you're going to want to do is wake up tomorrow refreshed and think, oh yeah, I'm in a new beginning now. I'm in a new beginning. I have an opportunity today to transform, transmute, change those old stories of the past, those old wins, those old memories, those old patterns of suffering that have been causing me to be stuck, to be stagnant, to not own my power. And that's the medicine I wanted to bring you tonight, is let's change some of those old wins and then make 2023 the best year. And what I've been telling people is, no matter if somebody cuts your head off, you are going to win this year. That's a shamanic path. No matter if somebody cuts your head off, you're going to live. You're going to survive. You're going to go and do what you came to do. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. All of you, I'm here tonight. That's your medicine. That today you're going to transform. You're going to transmute. You've done the hard work. Everybody on this live tonight, your path has not been easy, but you are ready now. You're ready now to begin that new seed, because this is going to begin springtime. This is the time where spring is starting to come. You're going to start seeing tulips and all that kind of stuff, because March is coming. That new beginning, that new growth, that new story. It's going to be powerful. Now watch. By the equinox, let me know how it goes. All right, yeah, let's clap on that one. Because you did the hard work. In ceremony, we always say, when you come to ceremony, when you're invited to ceremony, when you find out about a ceremony, when something arranges itself for you to come to ceremony, it means that you deserve it. Because ceremony is not for everybody. Maybe 1,000 people will know and 10 people will show up. Because the ceremony regulates itself. It knows who's going to come. It knows who to bring. It's the same thing like right now. It knows who needs this message. It knows who needs this medicine. It knows where this wind, my voice, needs to go. That's how ceremony goes. It's the same thing. We become a walking ceremony the more ceremonies we go through. And that's kind of the medicine I want to bring here on TikTok and YouTube, is the medicine that you are the ceremony. You are the sacred. You are the healing that this world needs. And so it's not everybody who's going to come, but the people who come is because you deserve it. You did something. It's your vibration, it's your energy. It's why you came here to be, and why you went through what you went through to be who you are now. So tonight, We're going to transmute whatever still needs to be transmuted so that tomorrow you're going to wake up and it's like a fresh new day. Something will shift. You'll see it. You'll see it. It might be subtle, but over the next couple days and weeks and months, you'll start to see that shift because the spirits are going to help you. All right, so we're going to do the candle blessing. And so I want you to just drop into your heart. Just be present with your heart. And as I'm lighting the candle, think about now what you're releasing. Because this full moon, we're just kind of ending it. And it was a powerful full moon of release, letting go. This is the last full moon ending the lunar new year. And we're fully now in 2023. And then we'll really be in the fullness of 2023 at once. Okay? So drop into your heart. And let's release those old winds, those old stories. Whatever it is that we're letting go. You're welcome. And thanks for joining. It means Spirit brought you here. Spirit brought you all here because you needed to know that tomorrow is a new beginning. Like we're in a peyote lodge right now. Just close your eyes and feel the peyote medicine because this is peyote medicine songs. And bringing in the spirit. And see, it's a heart candle. So we can clear the heart. To gain deeper spiritual healing. So just take a nice deep breath in and out. Yeah, me too. And just breathing in and out. You just feel the energy of the candle. The beautiful thing about this candle, the way it's burning, is that it's very steady. It's very calm. This is heart songs, right? It's awakening your spirits. It's ancient. You're feeling it, you're feeling it. That's what I mean, like, it regulates itself. It knows who needs this medicine and who doesn't. So continue to light that heart flame and let's see if I can put it in the picture. Gotta rearrange my workstation here. So again, we're doing love bundles tonight. I'm working on some other stuff for next week, but I think I'm gonna start having a schedule of different things. So we'll do meditations, we'll do different stuff, because my purpose and intention of why I come on here is because I want to bring different healing and different things that I do so that people can experience it in a different way. I was doing work at this at a bookstore. It's like a metaphysical bookstore. And something I noticed is that people don't like come to the bookstore like they used to. And I was like, where's everybody out? Because people stopped coming a lot. Like, a lot of people used to come and then all of a sudden they stopped coming. And I suddenly got it. it was like, oh, everybody's online. Nobody's out in the world anymore. Everybody's online nowadays. So I was like, oh, I gotta get online. But I like in-person ceremonies too. And once the weather gets better and I find a place, I'm gonna start doing it again. But I was like, well, everybody's on TikTok now. So if you're just joining the room, I invite you to just relax and just, take a moment to just breathe. My lives are not like terribly filled with lots of entertainment or anything, but I want to bring out healing energies for the world because I feel like right now everybody needs healing. Jump on the device. I know everybody's jumping on the devices. I was at a Christmas thing and all the, everybody, mom, dad, kids, grandma, grandpa, everybody was sitting there watching TikTok videos when they're supposed to be having a family get together. I was like, oh man. I don't know. Oh, thank you. Yeah. That's something that, peace is something that you actually have to work very hard on. Everybody tells me, I just want to be peaceful. I just want to have peace. I wanted this, I wanted that. And something I know from my path is that peace doesn't come easy and it doesn't come cheap, but it will change your life when you have inner peace. And it's always a constant journey when you have it. All right, Miss April, I have your stuff here. So the bundle I picked for you, first of all, is that labradorite. So labradorite energy is going to be with your oil. And I have your, are you a healer? Are you healing? You've been meditating with labradorite this last several days. I think that's something. There's a reason for that one. I feel like you're a healer. Yeah, it says strength, transformation, and intuition. Now, labradorite actually comes from the Inuit tribe in Canada and Alaska, and they would use the labradorite to connect to the aurora borealis and the ancestors. So it has a very strong connection to the ancestors and the aurora borealis, which the aurora borealis, the northern lights, when they come, is said to bring the ancestral powers and energies. So that's something to think about when you're working with the labradorite and you're meditating with it. Is try to connect to that aurora borealis energy and see if you can connect to your ancestors. We have ancestors who are great healers. So those ancestors will connect to you through the medicine. Like when you get your bundle, see what comes up in your you work with your bundle, ask the ancestors to come through for you. They will. I know. I already got your envelope and everything ready, so it's gonna go out first thing. You got are you Alaska native? Hey, we were just saying Alaska. I love that. Alaska native. Yeah, the Aurora Borealis and the Labradorite. When I get home to Sedona, I'll show you my Labradorite. I have a really cool one. But I'm gonna put some rose for that new love and new energy and manifesting something great. I was thinking about you today as I was driving your new bundle. It popped in my head was like, you know, what it is, the medicine they're gonna bring you, and it was so beautiful. It was about, you know, that person who just adores you. From Juno, hello. I'm sorry, I'm doing. Celine? I'm sorry, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's beautiful. You're from Juneau, Alaska? Oh, I've always wanted to go to Alaska. Something about Alaska feels so amazing. One of my mentors, she was one of my elders, and she was Inuit. And she was one of the last traditional medicine women of the old, you know, the real old. Like her name meant the tail end of the old ways. And well, I miss her. She died a few years ago, but she was amazing. Oh, hello, Lila. Oh, yeah, Ojibwe. Nice. Mhm. Her name was Grandmother Rita. So, like in our traditions, when you meet somebody and they remind you of a relative of yours, like she looked just like my grandmother. She looked like my Korean grandmother. Okay. And I saw her and I just instantly had this connection with her. And she had a connection with me. And I told her, "You look like my grandmother." And she just got so happy. She was like, and then we hit it off. And she was an amazing medicine woman. I really miss her. I'm so glad I got to spend some time with her before she passed, because just an incredible, she was 90 and everywhere she went, she'd just laugh. She was just laughing all the time. And she was the first medicine woman to go into traditional healing, but she went to hospitals. And these hospitals would let her in to do traditional medicine, to do traditional healing. And she was an incredible lady. Okay. So I've got everything stamped. I'm gonna get some stones and then we'll put your oils in and we'll bless it. And just as I was preparing it, I put some I put some clove medicine. So clove is gonna help you for spiritual protection and healing and cleansing. So maybe one of the first energies you're going to feel with this bundle is actually cleansing and healing and protection. So it's going to help you on a multitude of levels with that. But now we're going to put your stones in. So yeah, just like I was talking about, spiritual protection is going to be tourmalated quartz. So yeah. So I feel like you need a lot of spiritual protection, because perhaps you're absorbing other people's energies or the energies around you. And so this will help you to, negate some of those energies. We've got clear quartz, so master healer, master amplifier. Gonna amplify these energies. And clear, I feel like some clarity will help. And moonstone. Moonstone is for new beginnings. So this is perfect for your bundle, for your intention. And red coral, which is going to help you fortify your emotions, open up and heal, and also a chart. Two more. Oh, strawberry quartz is also for love. I love strawberry quartz. It's like universal love, gratitude, and then peridot. Peridot is also really good for abundance. So abundance in all forms, all relationships, new sunlight. There's something about the date March 12th. I would write down March 12th and see what comes through for that date. March of this year. Okay. All right. Okay. We're gonna start the oils. And this is Chimayo red pepper. This was ceremonially prepared in New Mexico in the healing dirt. There's a healing place there known for its healing dirt, and I use that a lot in my ceremonies. It's right here. This is what it looked like, called Chimayo healing dirt. I have an angel there, but this, if you go to the place where they have this dirt, it's a church, and you will see all these crutches of people who put the dirt on them and were healed, and then they were healed. You'll be in New Mexico then. Oh, maybe you could go to Chimayo. It's right outside of Santa Fe. It's not too far from Santa Fe. All right. See what oils want to come in for you. Of course, love. 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 Ooh, I love this. Okay. I just made these over the new moon. And then sweetness, because we gotta have sweetness. Oh, you'll be in the Santa Fe area? Yeah. Stop by in Chimayo and get some dirt. And I didn't know, but you could get also some holy water. And then there's Ojo Calientes right over there. And then there's Taos. I don't know when you're gonna go to Santa Fe, but if you can stop by Taos, I think it's like an hour away. You love it. I don't know if you've been there. The Taos is amazing. And you have to look it up and see if the Taos Pueblo is open. There's certain times of the year it's not open. They do ceremonies and stuff, but if you can go, it's beautiful. That's where my great grandfather was born. And I always love that place so much because it's one of the oldest living inhabited pueblos. And it's not a reservation. They were never under a reserve. So it's really unique in that way. And the houses there have been there for thousands of years. Okay, so that was forgiveness oil. And I'm gonna put some spice in yours because maybe spice up your little bit. Spice it up. I guess a lot of spice. I'm gonna bless it with some sweetgrass. Put some sweetgrass. I'm gonna let everybody else get a blessing of sweetgrass. Yesterday I came on looking for you, April, because I saw your order come in. And then I was like, oh, I just ended the live, but it wasn't meant to be yesterday. But I came back and I just smudged everybody. Everybody just, got to experience the sweetgrass. And people were actually saying they could feel their ancestors. And that was kind of cool. So the sweetgrass, what it does is it connects us to our sweet ancestors. It sweetens energy. So a lot of times after ceremony, after like doing the hard work, we put the sweetgrass, burn it last, because the sweetgrass just sweetens it all. Like you do the cleansing, you do the protection, you do the healing, and then you want to sweeten those energies and bring in really good celestial energies and like your sweet grandma energy. And they say, like, I don't know if I can get some of that smoke. This is grandmother's hair. You see how it's her white hair of wisdom? If you close your eyes and you're sensitive, you can smell it. You'll smell grandma. She's right there. Come on to it. you too. Smudge everybody. You feel like you can smell it? Yeah. Yeah, you probably can. You know, as you practice more and more, you'll be able to smell it. Because that's your ability. I call it dog nose. You have dog nose. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's see if there's anything else that needs to go in your bundle. Sugar. Some special sugar in that love life. And put one of these. This is a New Year's rose from my New Year's altar. So it'll be for this year. This year, attracting sweetness. Your bundle's really full. I'm gonna have to dump it in there. And these last couple bundles, I've been using this really long ridge string. It smells like orange. Orange is the smell of abundance, prosperity. So it's probably that wealth oil I'm gonna put on it. So it'll dry. There you go, that's your bundle. You're welcome. That smells really good. Okay, so also we're gonna see what the energy of your bundle is, what your love message is, these love cards. And then I'm gonna make your oil too. Hey Lola, how's it going? April. Let me do that again. I would like 2 cards, but I'm gonna do it. Nice. Yeah, so what you do with these bundles is you sleep with them, you carry them. If you have a date, you go on a date with them. You know, it'll help you. So if it's not the right person for you, it'll be very clear. If it is the right person, it'll magnetize and amplify the energy. So basically what the love bundle does is it amplifies the energy, and it's like a friend. It'll help you. It'll work on your subconscious levels. It'll bring you messages in your dreams. You know, the more you work with it, the more it'll work with you. That's how bundles go. That's how medicine goes. This is yours. And it says, let me see if I can get both cameras here. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, I don't know if you can read that, but it's okay. You can read that backwards. But I'm going to leave this out so that you can absorb the energy here. So the blessing comes after. You know, we can talk about that another day, what I was getting about that, but, you know, more in private. But yeah, I know you know what that means. I know you know. You know, love is not easy. Love is not for the faint. You know what I mean? To love with your whole heart is not easy. Do you work with Archangel Michael? Because I keep getting him for you. Like, he's showing up. This is Chumayo dirt too, but it's been blessed with the Saint Michael energy. I don't know if you work with him or if you have. He's working with you. Archangel Michael works with healers. And they call him different names. Like in the Greek, he would have been like Hermes. And then like in the Egyptian, he would have been Thoth. That same archetype. Dancing around with his sword. You say that Archangel Michael daily. That's what I'm saying. He's right. He keeps showing up for you. It's like, I don't know if you can see him on this little bottle. A friend of mine gave me this. It's from Chimayo. I guess you're just destined to go there. And we're just preparing the medicine right now. You are destined to go to Chimayo. This is a special healing mix that I make. It has I'm gonna put some white sage in here. But it has like tobacco and stuff like that. I know as much as we're talking about love, I really feel like this year is a year of profound spiritual growth. Yeah. Oh, you were wondering if you needed to go? Yeah, you need to go. I hope you got your confirmation. I'm gonna put the healing oil first. Ain't that funny? That's how it goes. When you're really meant to do something, the spirit world will make sure you do it. It'll bring messages. Oh, I would love to all go there someday. Yes. I did. Good. I know, wouldn't that be cool? We could do a healing retreat over there. We'll go to Taos. Oh, Taos is my favorite. I love Santa Fe. I love Ojo. One of our soul family is in Ojo. We'll go stop by at her house. we'll go find her. We'll be like, hey. Wouldn't that be cool? We'll go to Sedona, we'll go to Taos, we'll go to Santa Fe, we'll come down to the Rockies, we'll go to Pagosa Springs. Has anybody been to Pagosa Springs, Colorado? Oh my gosh. That's my favorite hot springs. Pagosa Spring. That is the deepest, what do they call it? Geothermal waters. There's a mother spring. That's a grandmother spring. That's where she's the deepest. And it's a beautiful resort too. Oh, it's next on your list. Oh yeah. Cutting all the bad energy. You're so in tune because that's exactly what this bundle is doing. It has a lot of that energy of just cutting through all the blockages, stagnation, whatever is in the way. And there's a lot of spice and there's a lot of Chimayo energy here because of Chimayo chili too. I was so blessed to get that chili. Oh my gosh. I caught that lady and she was like, I know I got something for you. I was like, oh, it was all perfect. You know how sometimes spirit will put you in what you think is the wrong place at the right time? That's what happened with that medicine. I was brought to the wrong place, but it was like, it made sense why I was brought there. And I'm glad I listened to my intuition. So there's your oil. It's gonna seep in stuff. Yours is gonna be a little spicier. You're gonna see the spices. But what you want to do is you're gonna get it. You're gonna tap your intention into it in your prayers when you first work with it, and then you're gonna put it like right here first and just test it out. And it's gonna get hot, and you're gonna just work with it, and then work with it. You could put on your heart. You want to activate it though, because it has that spice in it. And then, maybe before bedtime, that kind of thing, work with it and work with your bundle. And then you're also going to get the salt. And I'm going to email you tonight. I have your tracking number and everything. I'm going to email you. And I have a ceremony, guideline, like what you can do. You do your own thing, but, like a way to work with this ceremony packet and your bundle. And that kind of stuff. And then if you have any questions, just go ahead and let me know. That's your bundle. So cool. So how's everybody tonight? Does anybody have any questions? You would love to be in a ceremony in a group. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. April. I can't wait for you to receive it. You'll probably get it Saturday or at the latest Monday. Hopefully Saturday. You're in Texas? Yeah. So that'll go out for you tonight. But yeah, I hope you can. Where are you located at? User 3605. If you're in the Southwest, actually, I've had people fly in from all over the world. So I used to do a lot of work in Japan. And when I would go to Japan, it was so fun. And then I'm not a city person, so then I'd like to get out. I have to go. So if anybody would like to get a bundle, I have, let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 more left. And they're all gonna go where they need to go. So, and you can have an intention or not. You know, the love bundle is for you. It's for your healing. It's for your energy. It's for you to enhance your life. So heal, attract new love, attract new life. Sweeten your relationship if you're already in a relationship. Oh, yeah. Stay on it. I'll be on here for like another 10, 20 minutes. So if anybody has any questions, or just hang out and relax. Like I was saying earlier, I'm gonna start making a schedule for my lives, because I used to do a podcast before anybody did a podcast. And I would go on every day and I would take callers and I would do readings. And I would teach about different subjects. So like Monday, we do meditation. Tuesday, we would talk about transformation. Wednesday, I think it was like angels or something. Thursday, like every day had a different theme. So I want to get back into a schedule like that. And this weekend, I think I'm going to see what it's like to do group medium readings on the internet. I've done them a lot, in ceremony settings or one-on-one, of course. But I'm going to try to do a new style here. And you guys are going to be my guinea pig. Like that schedule. Yeah, I don't have it. I'll announce it and put it on my stuff. But, I was talking to my mom and she was like, you do readings. You need to do medium readings. But like, and then she was saying the exact thing. My mom's very intuitive. I mean, like, very. And she was like, you do medium readings and just start and just connect to the spirit first. So that's what I'm going to try. I'm going to try different styles, but what I'm going to do is like, I'll let the spirit come in first and then I'll put it out there. This is the spirit, because that's usually what I do in ceremonies, but it's just a new format because it's here on lives and TikTok. My mom's all, you were feeling, she's like sharp. My mom, she's sharp, like, she's older and she's Korean and she's like, my whole family's like that. But my mom, she's something else. My mom, like, she can see through you. It was annoying growing up. Now she's my spiritual mentor. Mama makes some clove oil. She's like, I'm being, I know, right? My mom, I had a friend years ago, and she was reading, because when you have reader friends and your healer friends, like in Sedona, everybody's a reader, everybody's a healer. I have all these friends. And she's like, oh my God, your mom was like a queen. I'm like, she is a queen. She has that very like regal energy, And she's just sharp as a whip. Yeah, I couldn't lie about anything, Lola. Couldn't get away with nothing. Nothing. As both my parents, my dad was more gentle though. My dad, he was a very gentle person, and he just kind of know I was BSing him. He would know I was lying to him, but he would just be like, whatever. But my mom, she'd be like, what'd you just say? Lying. When you go through the teenage years and you gotta hide stuff. Yeah, I know. Well, it's different because like my mom, one thing that I really love about her is that she grew up in this culture. Shamanism in Korean culture is the foundation of our culture. It's just like native culture. Like my dad too, he grew up with this stuff. It wasn't like weird. Yeah, my dad just pretended like he didn't know, but he knew. I knew he would know. We like, you know what I mean? Like, we know. But when you're a teenager, you still gotta lie. But like my mom and I, we've had a lot of talks about that. It's like it's hard, I think, in Western society a lot of times because we grew up in a culture that doesn't understand spirit and doesn't understand the spirit world and doesn't understand and is in a lot of ways disconnected from nature and the spirits of nature. And so it's harder to be spiritual in America. It's harder. Yeah, when you're a teenager, you're always lying. Lying and teenager years, they kind of go hand in hand. So I'm gonna be making some clove oil because when I'm finished with the love stuff, I'm gonna do something special for Valentine's Day, and that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm gonna come up with my schedule. But in the meantime, I'm preparing medicine for that because the next thing I'm gonna do is money blessings. So when we're finished with the love stuff for the next new moon, so I gotta create the energy now for it. Very hard to be spiritual with consumerism. Yeah, and then you think about like, because when I was in Sedona, most of the spiritual stuff out there is all consumerism. It's all consumerism. It took me almost 2 years to get my permit. So now this year, barely, I can start taking people on the land. And that's all money stuff. Yeah, it's all money. Like, it's like I can't even go on my ancestral lands without having to go through all this stuff. Permits and, blah, 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 dealing with the Forest Service. And I'm grateful I did it, but I was in a lot of resistance to doing it because of all the stuff that they make you do and all the rules and regulations and the blah, 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 just to go like pray on the land. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's crazy. Just to pray on the land, I have to go and get a permit or I'm fined $10,000 and blah, 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 blah. So that's why I was like, and I was talking to my other friend, she's Apache, and she has direct, her grandmother was the granddaughter of Geronimo. I'm not sure how many generations, but so she grew up with all that stuff. And she's in Sedona, and she was like, you know what? You just have to do that. If you want to do the work you want to do, you just have to do it. She didn't care. She just like held it to me. She's like, you want to do this work, you got to do it. So do it. And so that's why I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to be happy doing it, but I'm going to do it. I know it's crazy. You have to get a permit to pray. Yeah, if you go without a permit, they'll fine you. If you take people out on the land, I mean, most people don't get caught, but they are starting to catch people now. But if they catch you, it's $10,000 fine. And you might be kicked off the land for a year. It's crazy. I mean, this is what the world has come to. You have to pay to pray. That's what I had to go through. Now I'm happy though, because I can pray. I can pray now. I got my permit to pray. It's sad but true. And I think about it though, it's not for me, because I could go outside and do whatever, but I want to bring people to the real Sedona. I want to introduce her to people the real way. And I want people to have real experiences that are life-changing on the land, because it's life-changing. Like, there's a reason people go there. And most of it, like Lola was saying, is consumerism, because there's crystals and this and that, and every psychic in town, and every fraud you'll ever meet. Yeah, I want to show her heart. I want people to really see the original indigenous Sedona, the real, not the Jeep tours. It sounds beautiful. It is. It's and I've seen people have incredible transformations on that land, and myself living there 9 years. Just, I love that place, and I'm grateful I still have a place there, because it's kind of hard to leave there. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it sounds good. Oh, thank you so much. And I hope all of you will come and visit. Come on down. Oh, thank you. Yeah, because I just love Sedona. I love the Southwest. This is my ancestral homeland. Oh, really? Gosh, you need to come. You need to come back. Yeah, but I'll be there in March and April. I'll announce. And then I don't know, hopefully I can go more. It just depends. I'm slowly but surely building something with spirit. Actually, spirit's building it. I'm just like resistantly listening. Because like the land permit, I'm kind of kicking myself about that, because I could have got that years ago. I heard about it and I could have did it, but I was like, the government stuff got me. When I heard about all the government stuff I have to do, I was like, that's why nobody does it too. But then I looked at the catalog of the people doing stuff and I was like, man, we had to indigenize this thing. There's like no indigenous people, and the whole town of Sedona is like promoting indigenous culture, but none of the people doing the indigenous healing are indigenous. It just doesn't make any sense, because it's too expensive, first of all, to live there. You gotta be incredibly blessed. And then it's terrible. But I have an incredible Sedona story. One day I'll tell my story of how I ended up in Sedona and what happened. I was supposed to be there a week. It was 9 years. And I'm still there part-time. Now I have a permit. Which is really hard to get. Like when you tell people you have a permit, I told my friends that and they're like, you got what? Yeah, how that happened. It's intentional. I know, it's a 1 week, 9 years. It's a really long week. And everybody told me, you're not gonna stay. Some lady told me I was gonna move to San Diego. I'm like, what would I move to San Diego? Spirit did not send me to San Diego. They sent me to Sedona. Whatever. Anyway, this is my clove oil. I'm gonna let it sit. I'm also gonna make a bay leaf, and these are gonna be for the money stuff that I do later. That's gonna have to go through a process. When I make my oils, they go through a process, and they're not ready to be used for a whole cycle. So at least sometimes 4 weeks, sometimes 8 weeks, sometimes 12 weeks, sometimes longer. It ate you up and drank you. I know. She just totally supported me. Sedona was like, don't listen to any of those people. I have an incredible story around Sedona. One day I'll write a book, but it's something that I'll never forget. How I came there, how that land called me, the experiences I've had on that land, the ceremonies that I have participated in and facilitated in Sedona. The Sedona years of my life are the foundations of my work. That was my cat. She always, and she was part of it. She came with me, my elder. She's my little cat who's traveled the world with me. She goes everywhere with me. Now she's older. She's like 14, 15 now. So I hope I don't have to keep traveling with her. Now she's chilling. She confirmed it. Yeah, she did. She confirmed it. So our candle went out. Does anybody have any questions before I head out? She meowed. She's so sweet. She's meowing because she probably wants food. But I always call Peaky, her name is Peaky B. I call her my timekeeper. Usually she'll come at the beginning of a session and the end of the session. Yeah. She's just an incredibly psychic cat. She knows when I first wake up. Like she'll know. I'll just be like, when you're first stepping into consciousness, and she'll go, wow. Crazy. The thing about it is when I was a kid, yeah, she wants attention. Exactly. She always wants attention. But when I was a kid, I was highly allergic to cats to the point where I would just look at a cat and my whole face would swell, like completely just swell. My eyes would close shut. And I was just like a mess when it came to cats. So I never in my life ever imagined having a cat. That was just something like that I was scared of cats because of what would happen to me when I had a cat, when I was around a cat. And suddenly when I was, I don't know, in college, I think I was like 20, I think I'm like 19 or 20 or something like that. I got a job at a vet clinic. And there was this huge Garfield cat. It was an orange Garfield looking cat. He was the coolest cat. His name was Opie. And he would just come up on your shoulder and go like this. I mean, you could carry him around like a baby. He was just the most incredible cat. And he just loved everybody. And I just realized when I was petting the cat, he was a very long-haired cat. I was like, wait a minute, I was allergic to cats. And here's this cat crawling all over me and carrying him around like a baby. And he just, I just love that cat so much. And I just working at the vet clinic, I was like, man, I think I like cats because cats just take care of themselves. You don't really have to do a whole lot. And I was a busy college student. I had like 3 jobs and was, it's really super busy all the time. And I wanted a pet. And so I was like, okay, I think I'm going to get a cat one day. And it was a one-day thing, right? And then suddenly the Siamese cat came into the clinic. And one day he was hanging out in the front with us receptionists. I fell in love with that cat and took it home. And everybody's like, oh, you're going to bring that cat back. You're not going to like it. And I had that cat for like 10 years. He was he was like 4 years when I got him. So he lived to be like 14. But I love that cat. And that was like when I first realized I'm a cat person. And the cats just come to me ever since then. Pinky came to my door, like literally. I was crying for a cat. I wanted a cat so bad. And she just showed up at my door. So that's how my life has always been. And that's what I believe in life. We call it your destiny. In Korea, we call it your palcha. It's the thing that no matter what is meant for you, no matter what. And it's the same thing with love. When it's for you, it doesn't matter. It's going to show up at your door, crying and saying, oh, like Pinky was, you're hungry. But she had a terrible life story too. Pinky went through all kinds of stuff. Someone declawed her. Somebody threw her out in a field. She had just given birth to 8 kittens. And then I found out later why she showed up at my door was my neighbor. It was my neighbor's cat, and they kicked her out because she was eating their cannabis plants. She was trying to get high. She's a plant eater. So she ate the guy's cannabis, and he got extremely upset and kicked her out. And they found out I had the cat, the lady goes, "Oh, you can keep her." And I'm like, "Yeah, she's kind of my cat now." And she goes, "Yeah, we kicked her out." And she told me the whole story. And then she said, "We thought the coyotes ate her." And I was like, "Oh my God, that's terrible." Then she said, "Oh, I think we have some cat food. I'm gonna go look." And I didn't see her for like an hour. And she came back down after looking, and she said, "I guess we never had any cat food. We just fed the cat dog food." And come to find out, this cat loves dog food. So it was a mess. So now she's just chilling. But she's a cool cat because she's been through so many experiences. She's been through hell and back. And I think that's just like all of us. If you're probably watching this live, you know what that is. You've been through all those experiences. We all have those neighbors. Those are the neighbors we want to run from. They were really bad neighbors too, like just all the way around. Poor Peaky. I can't even imagine what happened to her over there. But she was brought from Kansas. So they brought her from Kansas, and they were feeding her cantaloupe of all things. And then they just drove her back, and they found out she was pregnant, and she had 8 kittens, and then they dumped her. It's just a really sad story. And when the doctor found out she was declawed but not spayed, she's like, "What kind of people would do that?" And we still haven't figured out what kind of people would do that. But it was just really bad. I feel sorry for Peaky. But now she's happy. And she's the queen of the town. I know. Sad. She had a sad story. But you know what? I learned from that cat. And I think this is the message of that whole cat story. Is no matter what life brings you, you can have a happy ending. Because this cat is incredibly loved. She gets as much food as she ever wants. She's traveled the world. She's helped heal so many people. I've seen her do healing sessions on people. And she's just changed her life. And because she went through so many experiences as a young kitten, she can adapt to any situation. I've had her in all kinds of situations, and she just adapts. And my other cats who I've had since they're kittens, they're not like that. They don't know how, they're different, because they've just been loved from the beginning. But her, she's a survivor. She can survive anything. Yeah, she don't even care about her past. She's like, yeah, whatever. Like 10,000 kittens, so what? Okay. She lived in a field begging for cantaloupe. I mean, she's something else, that cat. And she tells me off all the time. She's like, just now, she's like, I know, it's funny. Yeah. So you never know. It's just like a human life. You never know. That's what that ancestor said. It's like, there's an ancestral saying that says, your life can change at any moment. Sounds amazing. Yeah, she's pretty amazing. Your life, it can change at any moment. And that's kind of the beginning of what we talked about in the live is like tomorrow, when you wake up, you're going to feel a shift. And you're going to say, yeah, I'm in a new beginning. So I want you to tonight, before you go to bed, really reflect on it. What am I letting go of so that I can make space and room for now to embody in my life, to change in my life, to make, that effort to go further than I've ever gone before. Because that's what 2023 is about. It's about how can we go further than we have ever gone. And that's the clearing of the old winds so that the new winds can come in. And we're just passing this very powerful full moon. And we're going to head now into the crescent moon, which in the Tonopoali, the crescent moon is really the time of manifestation. A lot of people look at the new moon and the full moons and all that stuff, but the ancestors, my Toltec ancestors, said that that sweet spot for manifestation is the crescent. You know, when you see that sliver, that's when we want to work towards. So as we're passing through this moon, and then she goes new moon, the crescent moon is when you're going to start to really, work on manifestations. But right now it's about releasing, letting go of, allow the universe to clear whatever doesn't need to be in your life. Just allow the clearing to happen, because it's already going to start happening. And what you want to do now, and I think in the next couple of days, what I'll do is I'll do a water ceremony. We can do a water ritual together to help us to prepare for that new time. Because that next new moon, we're getting ready for spring. And spring is when Mother wakes up. When that's nature's new year. That's the real new year. And we want to prepare for that new year, that new beginning, that new energy now. So that when it comes, we're in it. We're already in it. We're already manifesting. We're already working with the universal forces, and we're prepared, and we're going to make it the best spring ever. Crescent moon. Yeah, crescent moon. We'll talk about Venus too. Venus has a lot to do with manifestations, but now it's crescent moon time. And I think I'll prepare it, but one of these lives, I'll do a whole thing about the moons and how you work with the moons. Like maybe we'll go moon by moon or something like that. But I want to prepare something like that. So you guys have to help me because my goal is I'm going to work up my stamina to do lives, because this is like a new thing for me. And I gotta practice a lot more. So my goal is to come on every night at 8:00 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And sometimes it might be different, but I'm trying to make like a schedule. So think about what kind of questions you have. What would you like more of? What didn't you like? Help me to make it a better life for you. What do you want? Because I'm doing this for you. If it was up to me, I'd be, hanging out with my cat. But Spirit keeps telling me, like, I need to be on this live thing and learn how to use this technology and better myself with it so that I can bring my teachings here. I could do healing work. I could do different things for people. And we can build, because everybody who's going to be coming on these lives, especially those of you who stick around, they'll be the scrollers, right? But the ones who are going to stick around, you're part of a soul tribe. You're part of a soul family. And it's time for us to meet. But the thing is, you're all over the world. So this is how we meet, right? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, greatness. You're doing great too. You're supposed to do the same thing. Oh, Lola, get on here with me. I keep inviting people. I'm like, oh, come on my live. And they're like, no. Thanks for the badges and the flowers and all that good stuff. But you know what I mean? It's like I was talking to my mom, and she's like, you just have to keep doing it, because you just don't know. It's a skill. It's something you build. It's not overnight. And I'm not here trying to get like a whole bunch of people and likes and follows and all that. I'm just trying to build a community and to do my work, do my part, because I've been doing this work now for over 20 years and over 12 years professionally. And I feel like there's a lot of people out there who are waking up, who are stepping into their gifts and talents, their healing abilities. And I want to help people heal, because after 2020 and what we're going through now as a collective and the way the world is headed, We need more healers in the world. We need more people to step into their gifts, their authenticity, to connect to the earth, to go back to the original ways, and to balance everything that's happening. Oh, I'm so glad you were scrolling and stopped. Most people just keep scrolling, right? Because it's not entertaining. Like I was saying yesterday on the live is, that's part of why I've been really resisting this kind of technology of TikTok and YouTubes and lives and all that, is because most of what I see on here is built to either manipulate people or entertain them or get something. It's like grabby energy. And I'm like, ooh, I'm not a grabby person. You know what I mean? Yeah. You felt a connection. I love that. And that's how it goes. You feel a connection. You don't know what it is. Oh, there's Peaky again. It's just connection. And I was saying yesterday how this technology is amazing because it has that power to do that. It takes energy from people. Yeah, that's the trickster spirits. Most of the stuff on here is a lot of trickster spirits telling you stuff because they just want money and they just want something. They want your attention. They want your energy. They want your money. They want your time. They want to be popular. They want to be liked. They want something. Everyone needs to be built up. Yeah, everyone needs to be built up. And I feel like what we really need is real connection. Like real connection, not fake connection, but real connection, heart to heart connection, authenticity, realness. We all have good days, we all have bad days. A lot of times when clients come to me and they'll say, well, I want to be positive, but all this bad stuff is happening in my life. And it's like, yeah, so sometimes you're going to be negative because you're both, you're negative and you're positive, and you have to be authentic. One of my spiritual teachers told me it's better to be authentically angry and authentically negative and just than to be fake. Than to be like, oh, okay, all right, oh, this is great, oh, I'm manifesting, or well, that's fake. Because you're not being who you really are. You're not authentically expressing it. You're not authentically healing. You're not authentically transforming. And then I was thinking about this statement, like, there's a statement that says, oh, you just hold space. I hear that a lot in the healing circles. Oh, I just hold space. And, I never really thought about it. I was like, oh, they're holding space. And then I was telling my mom that because I forgot what it was, but that word came up. And, she's from Korea. And she's like, what does that mean? You're holding space? And I was like, oh, well, you're just holding the space for healing. And she just didn't get it. She goes, maybe because I'm a foreigner, but that just sounds like something funny. Like, how do you hold space? Just was kind of thinking like, yeah, do we really hold space? What are we really doing? You got on Facebook, I saw too much fakeness. Yeah. You know what happened with TikTok and Facebook is that for me anyways, this is my personal experience. When I go on Facebook, I don't want to read. It's like these people, they put these long things and I'm like, I have to read that. I'd rather see a video now. Yeah, all emotions are made to be felt and expressed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Holding space. I know, isn't that funny? She put a whole nother perspective on it because I couldn't explain it to her. I was like, I'm not sure, Mom. She just started laughing. She's like, how do you hold space? But then I started to think about it and I was like, do you really hold space? Because the way we do it and the way I was taught is like, you're not holding space. You're transforming space. You're shifting space. You're changing space. You're transmuting. You're moving energy. So if you were just holding it, it would be like stagnant, I think. And so in ceremony and in rituals and, readings and everything we're doing is to move those stuck winds, to heal it, to bring in new perspective, to shift something, to transform it for healing. So it's just like something that she got me thinking about. And I was like, maybe, I don't know where that term comes from, but it's interesting. Yes, read, and I didn't want to see people fighting there. I know Facebook is like a lot of fighting. And with videos, you just scroll on. I mean, I guess people comment too. Utilizing space, movement in space. Yeah. I think we need to change that word, right? What are you holding? That was my mom. She was like, I don't understand. When she said that, I was like, oh yeah, maybe I don't understand either. And I remember why it came up. It came up because somebody was having a class on holding space at the acupuncture clinic. And I was telling her, they're having a class and it's about holding space. And she's just like, what are you talking about? She started laughing. She's like, huh? Yeah, they're charging. Then I kind of thought about it and I was like, is that kind of ridiculous? Because you're charging $600 to learn how to hold space. I'm kidding. Yes. It's an online course, to hold space. That's just funny. But that's the stuff I see all the time in Sedona. So I just oh yeah, that's normal. But it took my mom and her perspective to be like, is it? Is that wrong? Wrong? I'm sure. And right on. You charge $600 for holding space class. My mom won't be attending, obviously. Anyway, I don't know. It just cracked me up for some reason. But I never thought about it. Yeah, my mom is a comedian for sure. She's hilarious. She's Capricorn and she's Korean. She's a Korean Capricorn and she's incredibly blunt. Okay. As you can tell, she's very blunt and to the purpose. And she was just like gave me a new perspective. I was like, oh yeah. Then I thought about it. Like, yeah, okay, $600 to learn how to hold space. But everybody has their own thing. It's expensive to live on planet Earth, so you gotta do what you gotta do. Korean Capricorns there. Now you know a little bit about the Korean Capricorn. My mom, she's the last generation of the Korean War. She was born in the same year as the Korean War broke out. So she grew up with war. And she grew up like my cat as a survivor. They had to leave the capital. She's from Seoul. And they had to leave. They had to run away and they had to cross the Han River. And when they crossed the Han River, a lot of people died, a lot of people got sick, and at some point they closed the border. So my grandfather, he's actually from Kaesong, and Kaesong is like right on the border of North Korea and South Korea, but it's in North Korea. So he was in the war and he just crossed over for that day. And he never got to go back to his homeland. He never saw his parents again. He never saw his and nothing. His family owned a ginseng farm in Kaesong, and he never got to see his family again after they closed the border. Because just imagine one day border closed and it's still not open. They're still divided. So he had to start a whole nother life And that was that generation that was born with nothing. And now you see South Korea surviving and thriving, and it's one of the major players in the world. And they built so fast because Korean people work. And I think there's a lot of things in the Korean culture that can help them be more successful because they have a really strong mind. Korean people, especially of my mom's generation, they have a strong mind. Like if they're gonna do something, they're gonna do it. And they're gonna work hard, they don't complain, and they're just gonna do it. And it's like something in their brain is so strong because of what they went through as children, as babies. And that whole generation is why Korea is so successful now, because they just, everything was bombed out, everything was destroyed, everything, you know, like you think about Turkey right now, the earthquakes and all those people die. I mean, can you imagine millions of people dying, your whole country split in half, and now you have nothing. Like my mom has stories of like going to school in a tent. And you know, she just grew up with this, like, you have to get through it, you have to survive, you have to be strong, you have to create, you have to just do what you got to do. And so there's just this incredible strength within her. And then she left Korea to come to America. And that, you know, that whole shift, changing cultures, changing food, changing everything, her whole life changed. And, you know, she had like I can think about timelines. She had like a timeline that she could have stayed in Korea. And then she had another timeline where she came to America. And coming to America was very difficult for her. It's very difficult, but then she adjusted so fast. She learned English. She did all that because of her mind. Her mind is so incredibly strong. And that's what it takes. When I lived in Korea, that was one of the things that I had to really cultivate, I guess, and learn. I learned a lot from my students there, is they never take no for an answer. Like there'd be times I ask my students for help. I say, oh, I need help with this or that. And they say, oh, you can't do that this way. And I said, oh, okay. So I was going to give up, and they'd be like, we go another way. And then they keep going another way, another way, another way until they find a way. And then if it was really impossible, like there was no way to go, okay, sorry, teacher, there's just no way you can do that. There's just no way you could do that. And then I'd be like, okay, we've explored every option. She made transformational moves coming here. Yeah. You know, you think about all of our ancestors at some point made transformational moves to be here, to be where we are, to be who we are right now. Think about all your ancestors and what they went through for us to survive, to be here. That's the power of your ancestral lineages. That's the power that we tap into when we do shamanic healing, is the power in your blood. Because inside of you is that same energy that I'm talking about, is that strength, that mindset, that fortitude, that I could do it. I could do it. No matter, like I said in the beginning of the life, no matter if somebody chops my head off, I'm going to do it. That's the spirit. That's the mindset, is no matter what. And I will explore every option. Every option. And if there's no way, there's no way. But I'm going to keep going different ways until I get to that way, to the right way. That's something I learned from Korean culture and when I lived in Asia. It was really powerful and life-changing. And I also learned I complain a lot. You go to Korea, you realize how lucky we have it over here, because they work hard in Asia. Asia is a hard society to live in. Japan is like that too. And I would go over there and I'd be like, dang, I'm so glad I live in America, because they practically kill themselves over there working. And they work hard. It's very competitive. It's very hard. It's a very, very different society. Very different society. And we're very privileged and lucky to be here, because over there is a different way. But their mindset is what I was always so like, wow, you know, the power of the mind. The power of the mind is incredible. You can survive all kinds of situations with the right mindset. And I just remember thinking like, wow, they're so strong on the inside. Now this next generation is different. But like my mom's generation and like a few generations after different. But now it's like America over there. A little different. Anyways, thank you so much, everybody, for joining me tonight. I had such a fun time. I hope you had a fun time too. Yeah, our minds are incredible. They create whole worlds. You're right. They really do. Well, thanks for joining me. I had a blast. I hope you did too. Thanks for joining me on my new adventure here on Lives, and for stopping, for scrolling, and then there's something. I'm so glad you found us, and please come back again. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for coming on. Something burned out. I sent your package, Lola, so it's in the mail. Oh, you're welcome. I'm gonna send yours first thing tomorrow, and love is on the way. All right, thanks everybody. I'll be on tomorrow at 8 p.m. It was a great adventure. Yeah, wasn't it? And we just never know where it'll go. That's the cool part about it. So until we meet again, many blessings.